Hello, I'm Executive Chef Joseph Schultzen. Welcome to our kitchen. Today I'd like to share with you my recipe and procedure for making pickled beets. Not only pickling these, we will be canning them. So join me now as I show you how I make this amazing side dish. Well, now I'd like to say thank you to all the current subscribers. I really appreciate your support. And for those of you who have not yet joined, welcome. And if it's your first time or a repeat visitor and you're enjoying the content, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Be up to date with all of our latest posts. Let's get cooking. First step is to cook the beets, of course. So let's get a pot of salted water boiling and then go ahead and add our beets. So we're gonna put a cover on them and let them cook for about 20 to 30 minutes. We want them to be tender, but not overcooked. Very important not to overcook them. Well, here we are at the 25-minute mark. I pulled the lid off because I know I'm getting close to them being done. And there's no sense keeping the cover on. So what I like to do now is I'll take a skewer and I like to test it to see how much doneness it has. Now, it went in a little bit of the ways and then it started catching some resistance, but I'm still able to push through without a massive amount of force. So to me, that's perfect. We need to remove them from the water now, allow them to cool slightly. Well, to clean them is very simple. Just take your beet and a towel or rag or paper towel, and then just go ahead and gently scrape off the skin. Well, now that they're all peeled, I want to take the root end and the stem end and then just kind of square off the ends a little bit. Makes it a little easier when you go to slice it. Well, now to slice them, feel free to use a knife if you like, but I like to go a little faster and also a little more consistent with my cut, so I'm going to use what's called a mandolin. So I already have the depth set right around a quarter to about 3/8 of an inch, and just slide your product through, and there you have beautiful uniform slices. Now that our jars have been sanitized, let's go ahead and add our dry spices. While the beets were cooking, I gathered all of the materials for this and I portioned it out. And the reason I do that is I'm looking for a more consistent flavor. If I were to put the dry spices into the brine and ladle it into your jars, you might end up with 10 peppercorns in one jar and 3 in another, and obviously the flavors are going to be different. And also if you were to put it in there and strain it and then ladle it into there, you're going to lose a lot of flavor because the dry spice is in the jar during the cooking process or the canning process and the storage process. It's going to continue to develop those flavors. So after the dry spices, I like to add some onion. Then I will add a little bit of orange peel. Orange is fantastic with beets. Go ahead and add a little sprig of dill. And now go ahead and start putting in our beets. Well, now that our cook time has ended, we will go ahead and remove the jars from the water bath. So using your tongs, just gently taking them up out and set it down on a nice tea towel on a counter. We're gonna want these to rest overnight to cool, and also do not touch the tops or do not touch anything. Just let them chill, or I'm sorry, let them cool down slowly, naturally, and undisturbed. You will hear some popping going on, and when that pops, that's just the lids sinking in. When that pop happens, that means you have created a vacuum and your product, this case beets or whatever you're canning, has properly sealed. So what's not a bad idea too is I like to take a towel and I'll just throw one over the top. What happens is that's going to help kind of keep some of the heat in order for it to slowly cool down. Rapid temperature change is never good for the jars. They will break on you. Well, there you have it. My recipe and procedure for making and canning pickled beets. The canning section is obviously optional, but the recipe for the beets is really good. When it comes to canning, always exercise caution. Preserving of food is really serious business, and there's a lot of things that can go wrong, and the result is normally people getting very sick or worse. So again, always be cautious. Find yourself a reputable source for the cooking times or canning times and the procedures. The procedures are generally the same. However, there are many differences. For instance, low acid foods, high acid foods, there are different times. And like what we're doing today, we can do in a water bath. But if we're doing something like my Bloody Mary mix and canning it, it has bacon in it and the fat. So therefore we have, or even my lamb bolognese, we have to do it under pressure because of the meat protein into the sauce or liquid. So always be careful. Down below, I'll have obviously the recipe for this as always, and I'll also include a couple links and some sources for some amazing information regarding canning, so we can all exercise caution and everyone is safe to enjoy canning and others can enjoy your food as well. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's presentation. Give it a shot. Let me know what you think about the beets. Thanks again. You guys play it.